Welcome to Apocalypse Ready, your guide to surviving anything life throws your way.
Taiga Nanook's survival story. Day 1. In 2002, Taiga Nanook, a seasoned wilderness survival instructor, was leading his students on a hike deep in the remote Yukon Territory. While on the hike, he wandered off the trail and soon realized that he was lost. Nanook remained calm and decided his first priority was to find shelter. He gathered branches and leaves and constructed a simple lean-to. It wasn't much, but it would protect him from the elements. Day 2. Nanook needed to find food and water. He knew that he couldn't last long without them. He foraged for edible berries and mushrooms, and he caught fish with his bare hands. He used his bushcraft knowledge to build a bow drill, and he was able to start a fire. He used the fire to cook food, boil water, and stay warm at night. Day 3. As a wilderness survival instructor, he knew it was important to stay put and wait for searchers to find him, since it is much easier for searchers to find a stationary target than a moving one. Due to the lack of food and water in his area, he decided to keep moving. He also knew that staying in one place would increase his chances of being found by predators. Day 4. Nanook was walking through a dense forest when he heard a rustling sound in the bushes ahead of him. Nanook's heart started to race. He knew that he was in bear country. He slowly backed away, but the bear had seen him. It charged out of the brush and Nanook didn't have time to run. The bear was on him in seconds. The bear pounced on Nanook, sinking its teeth into his arm, and Nanook felt a searing pain. He knew that he was in serious trouble and that he had to fight back. He punched and kicked the bear with all his might, and finally, after what felt like an eternity, the bear retreated. Nanook lay on the ground, gasping for breath. He was badly injured, but he was alive. He dressed his injuries with leaves and bark, then forced himself to keep moving. He knew that he needed to get to safety soon, or the infection could kill him. He staggered through the forest until he found a stream where he collapsed on the bank and fell asleep. Day 5. The next morning, Nanook woke up feeling weak and sore, but he was still alive. Injured, he decided to stay put near the stream for a couple days in order to recuperate. One of the biggest challenges that Nanook faced was dehydration. He was unable to build a fire due to his injuries, so he was not able to purify water. He knew that unboiled water could contain harmful bacteria and parasites that could make him sick, but he became so thirsty that he started to hallucinate. As a result, Nanook made the decision to drink unpurified water from the stream. Day 6. Nanook was still weak and tired, but he decided to start wandering again. He found a patch of edible plants, and he ate some of them. He also found a berry bush, and he ate as many berries as he could. Day 7. Nanook was so weak that he could barely walk due to a combination of dehydration, malnutrition, and infection from the bear bite. He was starting to lose hope, but he knew that he had to keep going. He forced himself to eat and drink, and he slowly made his way through the forest. Day 8. Taiga Nanook had been lost in the wilderness for 8 days. But now, he was weak and dehydrated, and he knew that he couldn't keep going for much longer. As he stumbled through the forest, his vision began to blur. He collapsed to the ground, exhausted. He closed his eyes and waited for the end. Suddenly, he heard a sound. It was the faint sound of voices. He opened his eyes and saw a group of searchers in the distance making their way through the trees. Nanook tried to shout, but his voice was too weak. He raised his arms and waved. Luckily, one of the searchers saw him and rushed to him. Nanook was overwhelmed with relief. He had been saved. The searchers gave Nanook food and water. They helped him to his feet and led him back to their camp. From there, Nanook was taken to a hospital, where he was treated for his injuries and he made a full recovery. Taiga Nanook's survival story is a testament to the human spirit and the power of survival. He overcame many challenges, including a bear attack and dehydration, to make it back to safety. Nanook's story is a reminder that even in the most difficult of circumstances, there is always hope. Survival tips from Taiga Nanook. Stay calm and positive. Use your knowledge of wilderness survival to find food and water. Build a shelter to protect yourself from the elements. Conserve your energy. Stay hopeful. If you ever find yourself lost in the wilderness, remember Taiga Nanook's story. He faced many challenges, but he survived. With the right knowledge and attitude, you can too.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe.